everywhere. And you know what? That fills my heart. That fills my heart. When I went to Boston College, so I was a BC grad many, many years ago, we didn't have one of these. So we were working on this and working towards this. So I just want to say, keep up the work. I know sometimes it feels hard. I know it feels challenging, but it's important for us to make sure that we are with one another, that we're staying unified. It's very important. Understand, we need each other. I want to start by thanking the Black Student Union. Thank you so much for the invitation to speak at the Gala, which is created to celebrate all things Black in a month that is dedicated to talking about and educating about, again, all things Black. So, Black on Black, I love it. And the fullness of the Black experience. We are a people of rich histories, ingenuity, faith, pride, and undeniable beauty. And if you doubt that, look around the room, because I'm seeing some beauty in here. If I were to give this message a title, it would be called Being Seen. Understand that your life isn't about just being visible. It's about being seen. Now, for many of you, that probably sounds like the very same thing, but those two things could be further apart from one another. Visibility is fleeting. If you want to know about that, think about in your lifetime what were your favorite TV shows when you were younger and what they are now. For those of you who are gamers, like I used to try to be, think about your favorite game back in the day and what it is now, or your favorite gaming system and what it might be now. For those of you who love makeup like myself, and I see a lot of ladies in the room too, what was the brand that you used back in the day as opposed to the one you really wanted but you couldn't afford it? Okay, so think about that. What is the point? The point is, over time, things change. And additionally, people have short attention spans, so I'm sure right now there are some people in the room that are no longer listening to what I am saying. Well, some of you laughed, so that means you are listening. Thank you so much for that. What I would say is this. Your life isn't just captured from picture to picture, from IG upload. It's not about just those small minutes, but it's about all the minutes and moments that are beside that, included in that, around that, and to come. How many people in here, or does anybody in here know what a gaffer is? Anybody ever heard that term, gaffer? Okay, and it's used to film. And if anybody here likes pictures, which I saw a lot of you do, it's also a skill that is used in that. It's about lighting. A gaffer is probably the most important part of a movie because they deal with the lighting. They're the lead lighting technician in the movie. They're in the background though. Nobody hears about them. You don't hear about them getting awards. You don't hear about them getting accolades. But if it weren't for the gaffer, the job of moving the picture forward would not happen. So basically, they make sure that you see things properly. In November, for those of you who know, Corey Robinson was voted the first Black man to the City Council in Lowell, and I was elected as the first Black woman ever elected in office in the city of Lowell. Now, I wasn't the first one. I'm a school committee member, so if you don't know about me, if you'd like to connect with me later, we can definitely do that. I am on Instagram, Stacy for Lowell. But I'm not the first Black woman who ran. There were actually 3, including myself, that ran. The one I want to talk to you about, her name is Birdie Bell Jones Malbury. If you've never heard of this woman, her history is really important. She ran for 10 years. During the times that she ran, her office was vandalized, and at one point, they set it on fire. Understand that I sit on the shoulders of a woman who would not give up for 10 years. She never made it happen in Lowell. She left, moved down south, and was quite successful. So let's think about that. What was the difference between up here and when she moved down south, having the same knowledge, having the same skill? She knew that we, as Black people, deserve to hold space. She wanted to make sure that we were seen in local government. I understand local government is really important because they're the people that are running the city. They're the people that you need to make sure that you're paying attention to because they're making decisions about you without hearing anything that you have to say, or unfortunately sometimes caring what you have to say. But she wanted to make sure that the city government reflected your faces, your culture, and your experience. So you still might be wondering, okay, Stacey, you've used the word seen several times. What does that mean to me? Let me be clear. Representation matters. So it is important to see your face in all spaces that exist. But it also means to be heard. Now, in all the spaces that I'm in, I hear all the time, I want to hear from young people. Young people are the future. I want to hear what they have to say. But I don't see young people in those spaces. So how do you really hear from a young person if they're not included in any of the spaces that you're trying to occupy? So I know it's corny. People say, I believe that children are the future. I'm one of those people that believe that children are indeed the future, which is why I ran. And I was a teacher for 11 years prior to doing that. So I really do believe in young people and the voices of young people. One of the things that I want you to understand as a young person is you have a lens, and a different lens that you bring to the work, to the changes that are needed in this world, in this country, in this state, and definitely in the city of Lowell. So how do we get access to all your bottled up greatness? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. The community gets it when you all speak up and you speak out. As a former U.S. Representative John Lewis said, get into some good trouble. And remember, I said good trouble. I didn't say bad, get into good trouble, okay? Make sure that people hear your thoughts, understand what is important to you, from you, not from somebody else. They need to hear the things that are important to you from your mouth. I recently saw a document that was hard for me to see, and I'm going to tell you guys, when I saw this document, it actually did break my heart. I got a list of all the people who voted in the last election, and then they broke it down by age and by race. Your age demographic was the lowest. Why does that break my heart? Because you guys have so much to say. I've had individual conversations with several people your age. You have so many great ideas, but the vote didn't happen. So that's why, one of the reasons why I want to talk about that today. You are more than a vote, but unless you vote, nobody knows what you care about. Nobody knows what you think. So I want you to think about this. We as a community can't just keep talking to one another about what we don't like. Okay, we can't keep doing it because nothing changes that way. We can't keep talking about where we feel unwelcome or like our voices don't matter. Don't just register to vote, actually vote. Get out and vote. Run for office. I'm going to tell you honestly, never want to run for office. I thought politics was disgusting, and I quite frankly still do. Okay? But I knew if I didn't keep, I was the person that said, you know what, Stacey, you can't just keep talking the talk and not do anything about it. So get up, put up, or shut up was the way I looked at it, right? So I was at the point where I was like, no, I know that Black people need somebody that looks like them, fighting for the things that are important to them so that they know somebody is there. Somebody has got their back. So I want you guys to be all the things that you can be. So in closing, I'm going to offer you 3 things that I want you to think about. First, choose to call folks in instead of calling folks out. An easy example, you meet someone who says, I don't see color, Stacey, and you want to call them out. Choose to call them in. And explain to them that not only should they see your color, but seek to learn more about it and share knowledge with others. See my race, see my beautiful melanin complexion, see my culture, see me. Calling folks in gives them grace to make the corrections and learn. And I'm going to tell you, it's not always easy, because you don't always want to do it. Sometimes you just want to tell them about themselves, okay? The second thing, and this is really important, and it was interesting because as an outside observer, I got to see it, watching all of you guys come in. Understand, we need to be mindful about what seeks to divide us. There are people who really do not want you, the people in this room, to get along, to like one another. Why? Because if they can get you guys to fight about foolishness, you're never going to get stuff done as a unit. As a unit, no one can stop you. So if you're arguing about foolishness, about which one looks like this, and who, I only like the light-skinned people, and I only like the dark-skinned folks, and this one's too big, and this one's too small, and this one has money, and that's foolishness. I'm going to tell you that right now, because in the end-all, be-all, it means nothing. Okay? So be very mindful that there's something out there that really wants us to do. Oh, I'm African. I'm Caribbean. Big up to the Caribbean master, by the way. I'm Southern Black. Okay? We're Black. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Okay? So understand that. So from the lightest hue to the deepest melanin, we are all beautifully divine. And then finally, your life cannot be minimized into one action, one moment, one filter, and Stacey loves a good filter. One grade, one misstep, or one optic. Everything you do is about energy of ebbs and flows, wins, and learning lessons. You notice I didn't say losses because they're learning lessons. Change and greatness, both kinetic and stored. I applaud each and every one of you who is seeking to open doors for yourself through education, both formal and informal. Understand, everything you're going to learn in life, the important lessons, are not just contained in the books and in the classrooms that you're going to be in. And that's coming from a former teacher, okay? Open your mind to all the things that you can learn. And and you never know who you're going to learn the best lessons from. Never forget the impact of work behind the scenes. Don't need to be the one who gets all the applause all the time. Because quite frankly, now that I won this, everybody's looking at every single thing I do. And I saw some of y'all doing this to me when I came in. I know how y'all do the up down, I do it too. Okay? But the reality is, that's what happens to me all the time, every time I leave my house now. So it doesn't need to be that. Do the work behind the scenes. Sometimes that's the best way to do it, to get things really done. And understand that I look forward to knowing how your excellence will impact and influence Lowell, the country, and the world. I hope that today I was not just visible to you, but seen. And know that I, Stacey, I see you. Thank you and God bless.
Let's give another round of applause to Ms. Stacey. Thank you. All right, so just another reminder, if you guys are gonna get food, please go get food on my right side. And make sure you